Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
And I am CD Spivey.
And this is Censored Freedom. How you doing this week, CD?
Pretty good, man. Arms feeling good. Getting back to normal.
Are you telling me to shut up?
Not you. I mean, the person we're fixing to bring on, but not you.
Oh, yeah, that Karen definitely needs to shut up. Definitely.
Yeah, dude, I ran into a wall of dipshits on freaking X today.
There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them.
I was arguing about election fraud, and basically I just laid it all out there. And people are like, that never happened. You're like, fuck you, man. Shut the fuck up.
Well, the best way to pretend it didn't happen is just ignore reality, you know. Well,
I mean, these are the window lickers that don't get off of mainstream media. You know, they're basically brainwashed by left-wing propaganda.
By propaganda media, yeah. Yep. And we'll get into some propaganda media here in a minute. How's your arm feeling, Bubba?
It's hanging off my body, but it's starting to feel a little better. Muscles are coming alive, you know, that kind of thing. It's good. You know, still can't lift it, or, you know, I can't lift anything really heavy or anything like that. So it's getting there. They're still saying probably not until Christmas I won't be able to go back to work. So
sorry to hear that, but that means you get to make more shows, right?
Yeah, we'll be 2 or 3 shows a week until I go back to work at least, and depending on what career I choose, but beyond this, I may continue to bring, you know, shows.
Speaking of extra shows, the constitutional show we did got a lot of views.
Yeah, thank you guys out there for that, and all the people on Spaces, bless y'all for boosting that bad boy up. We highly appreciate it. You know, we want our views to keep going up and up and up and up. So we highly appreciate what you're doing for us.
And thank you to all of our new viewers over on X and over on Rumble. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you share us out and keep those numbers coming.
Every one of you guys is a blessing to us. Thank you so much for doing what you do for us. You know, keep liking our stuff, man. Comment, man. We want to hear your destructive criticism, as we say. But let's bring on this idiot and the dude asking her questions, and basically Sideshow Bob, you know, basically the fucking clown.
So, as you say, here's Sideshow Bob. I mean, I liked Peppermint Patty better. At least she was better to look at.
Dude, I have a thing for redheads. I mean, I married one, but I got a thing for redheads. And honestly, to me, I think that chick is kind of cute. But the problem is she's so friggin' evil that it's like a 10 turns into a 2 real quick.
Well, I mean, she reminds me of Miss Censored Freedom sometimes. I love you. Swear I love you. I know she's listening. But anyway, this happened today, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. Earlier today, Peter Ducey and the great KJP, I say great because she dances. At least she dances better than Peppermint Patty, right?
Yeah.
She delivers the propaganda a lot more believably, at the very least. But let's hear what happened today.
Thank you, Corinne. It's been only 2 days since somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat. How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
Yeah, good question.
Peter, if anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise.
Surprise!
Disagree with the premise? They don't disagree. Yeah, they disagree with the premise.
It's incredibly dangerous in the way that you're
asking it. Is it dangerous? Is it dangerous?
It's dangerous in the way that he's asking the question. That's dangerous.
They're afraid. Basically, it's the fake hyperbole of projection.
Yes.
And what it is they're trying to project that the people that would ask this question behind Peter Doocy, people like us,
Right.
you know, that would be on that side of the political aisle, are dangerous. They're dangerous. But we're not the ones trying to shoot a president.
A danger to democracy. Exactly. That's just like the trans rhetoric. If they were saying, we're talking about asking about trans people is dangerous rhetoric. That's not dangerous. There's nothing dangerous about asking.
No, we're pointing out boys in girls' locker rooms and actually saying it's boys in girls' locker rooms. It's not girls, you know.
Who think they're boys.
Trans girls are boys and trans boys are girls, okay?
Right.
Fuck you. You can't change.
You can't change the inside. You can't change your genetic makeup. You can't change your muscle structure.
XY.
Exactly.
You are what you are. You can't change it. And then not only that, I mean, you had the whole Riley Gaines thing where an actual freaking intact dude was in their locker room with naked girls.
But remember, pointing out that they're using the word threat to democracy, well, that's dangerous. That's a threat.
Dangerous.
Dangerous rhetoric.
What else does idiot have to say?
Because American people are watching.
Yeah,
because the American people are watching. Yeah, that's what makes it so amazing that you're still standing there speaking.
And to say that from an administration who has consistently condemned political violence.
Really? Have you?
From an administration where the president called the former president and was thankful, grateful that he was okay.
Bullshit. That dude probably ordered the hits.
Right. Of course he's going to call and pretend like, hey, man, you good? Sorry.
Yeah, it's, you know, I bet he was disappointed when the first dude missed.
Oh, you know he was. You know he thought he had it in the back. Well, if not him, the one above him, you know, Obama.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Joe don't know where he's at, let alone what's going on.
Yeah, we basically know that, you know, yeah.
From an administration who has called out January 6th.
Oh, geez, the Fedsurrection.
Who created January 6th is what she meant to say.
The FBI.
That's I'm sad she keeps misspeaking like that.
God.
Called out the attack of Paul Pelosi.
The attack of Paul Pelosi. That was another Democrat against a Democrat, wasn't it? That was Paul Pelosi's Democrat lover, right? Okay, I'm confused how that
beat him with a fucking hammer.
I'm confused how that made any sense, but as a matter of fact, I've closed that window already. I think we had a picture of that up a couple moments ago. Maybe I have to reopen that window here in a minute.
Called out and said we need to lower the temperature after the Butler incident.
Lower
and now
the temperature,
for you
but you're
to
still calling
make that kind of comment in your question, because your question involved a comment and a statement. And
yes.
You know, it is that
come
is
on,
also
spit it out,
dangerous.
stupid.
When we have been very clear in condemning political violence from here, what I have said about the president, the former president, about January 6th is facts that you all have reported.
Facts.
It is fact.
What is
It's one
fact?
of the darkest days of our democracy.
Our democracy.
First off, we don't have a democracy. We have a republic.
Oh, no, they're Democrats, so they've got a democracy.
Oh, they might have a democracy. It might have been the darkest day in their democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they seen the end of it coming. But that was a Fedsurrection. Yeah, we all watched it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the darkest days. There were people law enforcement officers who died because of what happened.
Bullshit.
Can you name me one law enforcement officer that died because of what happened?
Sicknick didn't die because of that.
Can you name me any that died because of what happened?
No, but there was a lot of them, you know.
Who died that day? Seems like there were two people.
Babbitt and Boylan, that's it.
That's right. Non-police officers, citizens,
Babbitt
Trump
and Boylan,
supporters.
both killed by cops.
Oh, they were killed by... That's why they keep misspeaking. It wasn't killed cops. They were killed by cops. They keep saying the wrong words.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what's wrong with these articles. They're misspeaking all the time. They really need to fix their words. Words are hard for these guys.
Yeah, they are, yeah. propaganda is hard for these people. I mean,
propaganda is easy.
It's easy to see through it.
Right.
If you've got your head out of your ass.
It is for most window lickers.
At the Capitol. And they were there
January 6th.
because the former president told them to go there.
Yes. Peacefully and patriotically.
The president told them to do what now?
To go there. Peacefully and patriotically.
March over to the Capitol and let your voice be heard.
Peacefully and patriotically.
That's what he said. Peacefully and patriotically
Yeah,
march over
but
to the Capitol and let your
cut
voice
that
be
out.
heard.
Every fucking time they play that stuff, they cut it out.
Because that don't work for their propaganda.
Oh, it's such a convenient cut for them that they do it all the damn time.
At home, who might miss the part where you say, let's lower the temperature, and there are mentally unstable people who are attempting to kill political candidates, attempting to kill Donald Trump, and they are still hearing this White House refer to him as a threat. Is there no concern?
I got to ask you real quick. Did Peter Ducey just get his tongue pierced because he's talking like he's got a swollen tongue?
He kind of is.
I mean, and we have at the same time denounced political violence over and over, political violence.
Have you?
Over and over again.
Have you?
Over and over again. But I know your focus has to be on this side of the house. It can't be on your side of the house. I get that. But we also have to be careful on how you're asking me these questions.
Really? Do we have to?
And she goes on to say, because that's also a threat.
Who quietly...
That's a threat. Really?
Yeah. I mean, screw her. I mean, you really want to say that Trump is a threat to democracy?
Hold on. Before you get into that, I know where you're going.
Oh, geez.
We found a picture of Paul Pelosi, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God.
Here it is.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
No.
That's that guy in Nashville.
Yes.
With
That's
half
that
a
guy
head.
wandering around Nashville with half a head. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I got confused.
Jackass.
Looked like he was hit with a hammer, too.
No, seriously, in all seriousness here, if Trump is really a threat to, they say he's a threat to democracy. He's a threat to democracy. Well, yes, he is a threat to democracy. He's a threat to mob rule. He's a threat to top-down communist Democrat form of government. He's a threat to censorship, or the censorship industrial complex. He's a threat to globalization. He's a threat to sexualization of children. He's a threat to communist destruction of the Constitution. That's why the Communist Democrat Party are trying to kill him. Because he's a threat to democracy. And that's what democracy really is. Democracy is all of that shit.
Yes. I don't want democracy. That is not what we want. 51% rule to 49. Rule. Yes.
I mean, as I've said before, democracy is three rapists and a woman, trying to debate the
morals
consent.
of rape.
Yeah, the morals of consent,
Yes.
That is...
Two wolves and a rabbit deciding dinner.
Yeah. Voting on dinner. Yeah. That is democracy. Fuck that. And like that big fat chick, at the DNC that was like, you're either, you're either got a seat at the table or you're on the menu. Holy shit, I don't want to be on her. Okay.
So you bring up a good point here.
None of these people have a seat at the table that think they do. None of them they're all going to end up on the menu because they're all useless freaking tools for the Democrat Party.
So a lot of people think, well, it can't be that bad. What's the worst thing that can happen? Well, let's assume this. Let's assume the Democrat Party gets in, makes this country a true democracy where only mob rule is allowed. How many Republicans do you think are still going to be left alive?
Alive? Many. With a voice? None. Because they're not going to be able to claim that they are Republican. They're going to have to bow to the party rule.
Exactly. That's democracy.
They want a one-party system. And they're kind of getting it. I mean, you have all these rhinos that basically are Democrats already that are, they're already Democrat lapdogs. The real Republican majority, we don't have. Yeah, we got a 4-seat majority right now in Congress, but
right.
No, we don't. There is a lot of people in Washington D.C. right now that call themselves Republicans that are far from it.
And we call those what?
Rhinos.
Republican in name only, absolutely. And those are the ones
and the guy, Proud Rhino on X, fuck you too.
And basically, I thought about this last night. For a long time, without us really knowing it, we had a one-party system. It was Democrats and Republicans, but they were part of the same uniparty.
Yeah.
They were all working together.
Yeah.
That's why Trump's such a threat to all of them.
Yeah.
Because he's an outsider. He's not part of this one party that's been going back and forth.
Find
the
out
whole
who's
time.
voting against child sex trafficking.
Yes.
Uniparty.
Who's voting against...
the SAVE Act?
Yeah, I was about to say legal voting. Yep.
Uniparty.
Uniparty, 100%.
If you're voting against the SAVE Act right now, uniparty. Now, the problem with this continuing resolution that they're fixing to put in, yeah, it has the SAVE Act in it, but they're going to destroy it before it ever gets passed.
You think so?
Yeah,
I know they want to.
Yeah, they want to kill it before it ever. Yeah, they want to fund Ukraine. They want to fund highest.org. They want to fund all of the illegal aliens, invading in. They want to fund all that shit. But having only citizens voting, no, we can't have that. That's why they're voting against it. I mean, they want to fund killing babies. They want to fund the whole anti-gun agenda, all of that shit. That's what they're after.
Speaking of anti-gun agenda, that takes us into our next story, Bubba. We've got coming out of Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why
home state.
I don't know why that is displaying the way it's displaying. Let me see.
What the hell happened, man? What are you?
No.
Come on, Mr. Producer, you're screwing up here.
If I knew what I was doing, I'd be bloody dangerous, I tell you what.
You're killing me, guy. You're killing me.
But our next story comes out of Tennessee, and this goes back to something we talked about a couple months ago, as a matter of fact, with the Tennessee 5 or Tennessee 3 or whatever it was, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the Tennessee 3 is members of the Tennessee 3 are part of this.
And this story comes to us from, I know, guys, we talk about the propaganda fake news all the time. This comes from our local ABC affiliate.
ABC. the propaganda of Nashville, or propaganda home of Nashville.
Right. So bear with us. There's a reason we're playing
I don't know.
this.
Fox is just as fucked up right now.
Oh, Fox is horrible. Anybody that believes Fox is any kind of unbiased is
the
retarded.
Democrats. You watch Fox News? No, I don't.
No, Fox is CNN with a tan.
Yeah, thank you. They suck just as bad.
They're owned by Rupert Murdoch, the same one that owns I hear that CNN's now owned by Turner or whatever.
Yeah. It's been owned by Turner.
Well, Murdoch has his hand in it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you Murdoch has his hand in it.
Bruh.
This weekend, a new documentary is shining light on the Tennessee 11. They're a group of strangers, essentially, who quietly crafted their own vision for gun rights and safety, while lawmakers met for the special legislative session back in August. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner talked to two of those members who say this documentary highlights an important message about having honest conversations, working through conflict, and finding common ground.
It was contentious.
Okay, so we see the guy right here holding up the green.
That piece of shit right there. That is Justin fucking Jones.
That's the guy that has been causing all the trouble in the Tennessee Congress. Piece of shit because he's a race baiter.
The Democrats don't even like this guy.
No. He's an absolute race baiter.
And he's a communist.
100%. He doesn't want Tennessee people to have guns or rights or anything along those lines. He's straight down the Democrat Party lines.
And at times, chaotic.
There he is again.
While lawmakers clashed during the special session on public safety a year ago, a much different scene was happening behind closed doors.
11 people, diverse in their backgrounds, came together to
Diversity is important. DEI.
Diversity.
tackle one serious subject.
From pastors to educators, a firearms instructor, a veteran, former law enforcement, community advocates, and a therapist. The Tennessee 11, all with different views, held their own solution session with the builders movement during the legislative session, hoping to find common ground on gun rights and safety. And
we can get into this here in a minute, but
you know how to be safe. You know how to be safe with your gun rights? Carry one.
And take classes.
Get freaking training and don't stop with the basic freaking course to get your permit. I know they don't require permits in Tennessee anymore, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be training with a licensed trainer.
100%.
Or someone with experience. Someone who's going to save your life.
Know your weapon and know how to use it.
Yeah.
Know what you're doing. Absolutely.
And through some intense moments, they did.
I would say my personal favorite one, and that was to reduce trauma that contributes to violence by investing in communities.
Now,
investing in communities. How do you invest in communities? Does she know how to invest in communities?
No, they would probably invest in like anti-gun stuff in communities.
Yeah, but I do kind of like what she has to say next.
I like this. Well, it's always good to invest in communities. That's never a bad thing. If you're going to build a community up, if you're going to maybe put another gun store in.
No, but no, but that's not what they plan on doing.
No, that's not.
But go ahead.
People that hurt people, and then the opposite of that is true. Healed people can heal people too.
Yeah.
The Tennessee 11.
So you say you agree with that? Heal people can heal people?
Yeah. People that have experienced hardship in their life and then turn their lives around now have that roadmap to be able to do it with other people because they've been through it. Someone like me who's had two parents that's still alive. I lived in a very stable household. I do have addiction in my family, but I didn't go through the hardships that a lot of other people have gone through. So I don't have that.
Because you got white privilege. I can't even say that without laughing.
It's not white privilege.
Says the guy that's shining whiter than all of us here, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, your point being, if you haven't experienced it, if you haven't experienced losing a loved one, or if you haven't experienced having an addiction and getting over it, or whatever the case may be, then you're not going to be able to speak from knowing what to do or how to handle it.
Yeah, you don't have that roadmap.
You can say the nice things all day, but that doesn't mean much if you don't know what's actually happening yourself. You don't have that experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you all day, it's great, be strong. That ain't gonna mean shit to you.
That's the thing too. There's a lot of people advertising their sobriety on X, dude. If you've been through addiction and then you're sober now and you announce your sobriety online, one, that takes a little bit of balls, but two, I'm going to repost that shit and I'm going to celebrate the hell out of you
110%.
Because you have done something. You have committed a feat that not everyone can do.
110%. I fully
I'm
agree
going to
with
show
that.
you a ton of love, man.
Absolutely.
Because I do have
thing.
family members that have suffered through addiction and have beat it. But I also have friends that have suffered through addiction and lost.
And we've known a couple of people who've suffered through addiction and lost that battle.
Yeah.
So, definitely. If you have been through something like that and you post your sobriety, 100%, we'd be glad to.
Absolutely, man. I want to, that little sidebar, off of what's going on right now. But yeah, absolutely.
And with the world we're in, there's going to be more and more people turning to releases like drugs and alcohol and things like that.
With a damaged economy, you get depression.
Yes.
And with depression comes addiction.
100%.
It's just one of the little players with it.
Human nature, unfortunately. Yeah. But before we get way too far off topic, let's come back to Tennessee real quick.
Headed to the Capitol to present their solution proposals to lawmakers, including one to develop and promote tools for responsible gun ownership and.
So that I agree with. Tools for responsible gun ownership, not taking them away.
Training,
100%. Better lock boxes. Better ways to keep them out of hands. Say, I'm all for citizens having guns.
Dude, I actually like a stop box, man. I want a couple of stop boxes.
Absolutely.
You know, you've got your gun in your hand in seconds.
That's the only downfall if you
But
don't
a
have
little
a good
kid can't get a
lockbox.
hold of it. Yeah.
Correct. And that is a danger. I will agree to that. Kids getting guns is a danger.
I live in a house where everybody in my house is trained and old enough to understand guns, and you know, I don't really need that.
Right.
I mean, of course, I have guns out in the open all the time anyway. I mean, they see them all every day. You know, my gun cabinet is half open all the time. You know? Right.
Well, hell, you remember when we were growing up, Dad had them displayed on a wood rack on the wall. Yeah. So, I mean, they weren't even closed.
Your dad's collection and my collection are two different things.
This is true. This is true.
My collection would make most people watching this shit their pants.
To be fair, Dad's collection would have made every Democrat shit their pants.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it was open and had that nice wooden frame, they were just like literally laying in, waiting to be grabbed. But yeah, you've got a lot different style guns than Dad had for sure. But responsible gun ownership, now that, like I said, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Every gun owner should be a responsible gun owner, 110%.
Another to allow the temporary removal of firearms based on risk of violence.
So what do you think about that one?
That's horseshit, and here's why. Removal of guns by risk of violence. You know what the problem with that is?
What's that?
Your neighbor can now say, oh, he's got a black American flag on the back window of his truck.
So he must be violent.
Scares me.
Oh, he said J6, or he supports Republicans, or whatever. He supports anti-abortion.
He's scary. Well, now you've got ATF, you know, tap, 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 tap. Hey, can we have a discussion? May we come in? And the minute they walk in that fucking door, you're screwed.
Okay, so let's go back to what they originally said, because there's some people saying, well, that's not what they said. Risk of violence. Okay, I'm the most stable person that I know. And I'm pretty sure we could all agree I'm pretty damn stable. There are things that could happen around me in my world that I would absolutely turn to violence. 110%. Now, it might be for defense purposes.
Touch my wife or children.
Correct. There are things that could happen that would send any person over that edge. Mm-hmm. I don't care how stable they are.
Yeah.
So this case of violence, we're all violent creatures.
Well, the
we all
too,
have the possibility
the thing
to be
too,
violent.
and what they're pushing towards is a lot of these dumbass Democrat states have now made self-defense and the use of a gun in self-defense illegal.
Which is so friggin' retarded.
You use a gun in self-defense and you're going to jail.
Which is against the Constitution, for one. 110%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have, like, wasn't this handled in Supreme Court a couple of summers ago?
Mm-hmm.
With the, what was his name? Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse, yeah.
When he had to defend himself, and it was ruled that it was self-defense and legal 100% under the Constitution.
I think y'all know my opinion of Rittenhouse by now. I think that was all freaking stupid. But, I mean, a 17-year-old out in the middle of the street with an AR-15 in the middle of a riot, wrong place for a 17-year-old to be with an AR-15 in a riot.
Can't argue that.
Stupid. I think the parents are to blame partially for that stupid shit, but at the same time, him being there and then those people attacking him and then him defending himself, yes, that was self-defense.
And that was something that we needed in this country, a ruling to validate the self-defense doctrine.
Yeah.
110% we needed that. So I am totally opposed to anything that would take guns away for any reason, especially in case of violence, because all humans have the capacity for violence. Full stop.
All humans?
All humans.
I know some humans that don't.
You get them pissed. Now, they might not be able to do much, but they got the capacity for it. It might be, them punching you might be like, a fly landing on you, but that's beside the point.
A new documentary premiering at the Nashville Film Festival this weekend will showcase the process.
3 days here, dialogue and deliberation.
Also highlighting another important message.
We may not be as divided as we think we are in this country, but we don't talk to each other. There are sometimes you agree to disagree.
Right.
But you can do that civilly.
Absolutely.
And there are times that you may find more agreement than you think you had at first, but it comes from talking with each other honestly.
I agree, because when the talking stops, is when the shooting starts.
Violence starts.
100%.
I'm not going to say shooting starts, but that's when the violence starts. That's when people start putting hands on each other. And honestly, we've come to the point in this country now where a lot of us are bowing to this censorship industrial complex. And not only that, you're watching mainstream media. And if you're watching mainstream media, you are brainwashed.
110%. That's nothing but propaganda.
I have a family member that lives in the Pacific Northwest, and all they get is that bullshit, just propaganda media. And he was talking to me one day about white supremacy.
Oh, good God.
I was like, wait a minute. You are a successful... This family member of mine is about a millionaire. I mean, he did some wonderful things in the telecommunications space. Okay, he works for a large telecommunications company. He invented some things with that telecommunications company, and he is worth a lot of money. And I had to say to him, look, you are a successful white male, right? And he said, well, I guess so, yeah. And I was like, you are the white supremacist they're talking about.
Absolutely. He don't realize it, does he?
No, you are the white supremacists they're talking about.
It's funny because you got a lot of these people that are supporting what will eventually be the end of themselves, and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Look at how many wearing out and got that damn death shot that are no longer on this planet.
Oh, yeah. I was discussing something with another family member about that, and a family friend had passed away from the shot. Yeah.
So again, you've got these people that are just...
The problem is the people around them are still in denial that that's why it happened.
And it's going to take more deaths for people to realize, hey, there's a correlation here.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we're not alone in this fight, Bubba, as we know. And every now and then, you get to hear a feel-good story.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
I don't know why it's not showing. Let me see if I can.
Damn it.
See if I can get
Come on, Mr. Producer.
It's not Mr. Producer's fault this time, I swear.
What the hell? So
let's see if we can transition it now. There we go.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, this dumbass lefty. Oh man, I'm not a big golf. I'm not a big golf fan. Okay, I've never been a big golf fan. When I was riding BMX, actually down the down tube of my bike, it said "fuck golf." Okay, so and I would actually there was a golf course in the city where I lived.
Well,
where I could take a jump off of a bunker onto another one right there at a hole, and I wouldn't do it until somebody was putting.
Oh, so, you jackass. That is a jackass move.
Oh, so I'd be jumping over the head of someone putting.
I forgot what I was going to say because I was just too damn funny. No, golf is great. Golf is great on a Saturday when there's nothing to do.
If you're playing it.
No. When there's nothing to do and you're about to take a nap, you turn golf on.
Yeah, you turn it on the TV. If you're playing golf might be kind of cool. Now, I'm a big fan of that country club adjacent. Those guys are freaking hilarious.
Yes.
Those guys are hilarious.
Well, I've recently become a big fan of tour golf. And this is not an advertisement.
This is basically PGA is what this is, dude. And obviously they are based and funny as hell. They are cool. These people might make me follow freaking golf. I already gave them a follow on X. So I love you guys. Awesome. We're going to tag you in our post here. So this is funny.
So Mark Cuban decided that he was also interested in tour golf and went ahead and gave them a follow. And this is where things got funny. The golf page Tour Golf proudly announced on its X platform, on his page on X, that, quote, Mark Cuban gave us a follow today.
We can't have that.
We can't have that, so we blocked him. You don't get to lose your mind and follow the best golf page on X.
Oh, that is so good.
That is so awesome. Shout out to you guys. And I would be okay if it ended there, But no, these guys, they had to go just a little bit further. They continue to throw shade as saying, you don't get to hate America and follow patriotic pages like ours. Sorry, not sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, they doubled and tripled down.
Oh, this is now, I think this might be the country club adjacent guys that this dude, basically they're messing with him. This is just funny.
And there's no audio here, so I'll let you talk through it. But
this guy's just being he's being a goofball. Walking up to so he picks him up, tosses him in.
Oh, I guess there was audio. I thought the audio was muted.
Tossed him in the freaking water.
So Tour Golf reposted that and said Tour Golf to Mark Cuban. And him throwing him in the water. So,
oh, jeez.
And last but not least, they said, well, perhaps if they can get a $40 or $40 billion donation, again, ripping on Mark, that they could buy Twitter, right?
Yeah.
As if it's up for sale, whatever. But I guess Mark was talking about buying it the other day to turn it back into a lefties platform for communist censorship. But how much is Mark worth?
Like $5 billion,
and
like
they're looking for $40 billion. Just a little
short guy.
So I thought that was a great story, Bubba. Tour Golf has told Mark Cuban to go fuck himself. In true Elon Musk style on X. I don't know what's up with this camera. It's a brand new camera.
Yeah, we're trying to figure things out.
I don't know if it's got like a... Is that what this is?
Focus.
That might not just be the shutter. That might be the focus too.
Focus, you bastard. So anyway,
we'll get the camera situation figured out. Much better camera though. Much clearer, much cleaner picture. I like it. But anything you want to leave our fans with this week, sir?
Thanks for all the new followers, all the Spaces people that came over to watch this show. Thank you so much. You're a blessing to all of us. Love you guys, and see you in the next one.
Absolutely. Stand strong, Patriots. My name's Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
And this is CD Spivey.
And this has been another episode of Censored Freedom. Bye, everybody.
Hakuna Matata, bitches.